Hi everybody, welcome back to Bring Life Indoors. It's Moira here. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Before I go ahead with today's video, I firstly want to say thank you so much for your love and support. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel, for liking my videos, for your comments. I mean, if there's something I look forward to every time I post a video, is your comments. Every time I upload a video, I look forward to your comments. And I enjoy just sitting and reading and hearing your thoughts over what I'm up to. So it really means a lot. And for those who've been with me from day one, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you so much for being here. And for those who just recently subscribed to my channel, welcome. And I hope you like it here. I hope you like it here. So thank you so much. Thank you for your love and support. It all means a lot to me. I really appreciate you as viewers. I really appreciate. Today I thought I'd do a video on the plants I have in my children's bedrooms. You might be asking, is it okay for me to have plants in my children's bedrooms? And the answer to that is yes, it's okay. The way I look at it, apart from the fact that I love plants and I'll have plants in every room of the house, the way I look at it is it's a beautiful and a fun and exciting way to give your child something to be responsible for. And where responsibilities are concerned is one of the greatest lessons you can actually teach your children before they leave home and go be on their own. So why not with a plant, right? There's many other ways, but today I want to talk about plants. Today I want to talk about plants. The reason I love plants in my children's bedrooms, apart from the fact that they love it, I must be honest, my children love it. They love plants, and I thank God for that. I'm giving them something which is alive to take care of. Something they need to be responsible for. They must make sure that they pay attention to its needs. And it's not just one plant. It's a whole lot of plants, you know, and their needs are different. So maybe you want to start, you can start them off maybe with one and you add as you go. That's what I did with my kids. I started them all with one plant, and from there I added as I went, gradually. I didn't just, boom, fill up their rooms with plants, because the whole idea in it was I wanted them to take care of them, not me to take care of them. I wanted them to learn to understand that plant and learn to get to know the plant's needs and know what to do with that plant. So I started them off with one, and then I added as we went along. So you can do that. You can start off with one plant, and then you teach them about that one plant, the name, the needs of that plant, and what I mean by needs is the light requirements, the water requirements, the soil, fertilizing, and all that, their needs. And then you gradually, slowly but surely, leave them on their own to do it on their own. You work with them in it, and then you slowly leave them to do it on their own. Though I'm not quite there yet with Jonathan, but with Ofense, I'm there completely. She does it on her own. So yeah, it's a beautiful way. I mean, apart from pets, you can give them a pot plant. It's alive. And the reward in that is for them to see it grow, and it's for them to see it healthy and happy. I mean, it's a greater satisfaction for them. I mean, it's a joy to watch them take care of their plants. They've got moments where they run to me and say, "Mom, what's wrong with my plant? It's looking like this." And I'm like, "No, it's thirsty." And they've got moments where they run to Mom and say, "Wow, Mom, look at my plant, it's growing." Or the other day it looked like it was dying, and then the next day it's all back, it bounced back, you know, and it's very exciting, you know. So it's the greatest thing you can give to your child. So please, if you were thinking about it but you were not sure, I'm here to tell you, you can actually do that. You can put plants in your children's room, and don't only put them, let your children take care of them. Let your children, teach them how to take care of them, teach them their names, teach them all that. And yeah, they might surprise you. You haven't tried it yet, they might surprise you. So I'm going to take you around and show you the plants I have in both their rooms. I'm in Ofense's room at the moment, so I'm going to take you around. The other thing I forgot to mention is with them, I always start with a small plant. I never start with a big plant. I always start with a small plant because I want them to see it develop and it grow and becoming a mature plant, and for them to know where it started as a pup and how it got to be where it is as a mature plant. So you'll see the plants that are in here are still growing, but they didn't start off here. They were all tiny little pups. And to be very honest with you, all the plants I have in here, except the ones you saw on the last video we did, which they went and buy themselves, I propagated all of them. I didn't buy the plants in their bedrooms. I propagated. So I did it together with them, where I showed them the plants and they showed me what they like around the house. And then when it was time to repot, then I'll take a cutting or a division from that plant and then propagated it for them to give it to them to be in their bedrooms. So it's only one. It's only one with Ofense and one with Jonathan. Jonathan bought an alu for himself for the first time, that when we went to the garden shop, and Ofense bought herself I forgot the name, I'll show it to you. So those were the first plants they actually bought for themselves. Usually they think of me when they buy plants, they buy for me. They buy for mama, but for the first time they actually decided they want to go and buy themselves plants, and that's what they bought. And apart from that, all the plants in their bedrooms, I propagated them for them. I'm sure that's the reason why they never bought sort of buying plants before, because they know mom will always propagate and put plants in their rooms. But anyway, yeah, there you go. That's another way of giving your child responsibilities. I mean, get them a plant. You don't even need to go buy it. You can propagate it. Or if you have a whole lot, you just take one from the other room and put it in their room and see how it goes. But start with one. Don't overwhelm them. Start with one. With my kids, they're the place where now they want a whole lot. And the beautiful thing about it, walking them through it over time, you do get to a place where they don't need you anymore. Like Ofense doesn't need me anymore. She does it all on her own. She makes sure that she waters them. She checks on them. And she understands their needs. I've taught her that they're all different. Even Jonathan, I'm still teaching that they're all different and their needs requirements are different. And in that, she's been good at looking after her plants. So I'm just going to show you around, and from there we go to Jonathan's room, and that'll be it for the day. Alrighty, still in Ofense's room, we're going to start with this beautiful sweetheart philodendron heart-shaped leaf. I started Ofense off with this heart-shaped leaf. It was just a cutting which I propagated, and it was small. It was very tiny. It was not even filling up this pot like it is doing. It was not anywhere near trailing when we started. It was just a small cutting, and look how beautiful it has gotten over time. And this has been over a year. This has been a long time. It has grown. It's continuing to grow, and for her, it's been a joy to watch it grow. You know, look at all those growth points. Look at that here and there, and here and up there, you know, and this side. So it's been a joy for her to watch it grow from a small cutting which I propagated for her to what it is now. I mean, if I go back, you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. So this is what I mean by I start them off with something small and they watch it grow. So this was her first plant in here. And down here on her cabinet, we've got a golden pothos. Also, this was a propagation. Is doing very well. One thing I've taught her is to rotate it every so often, that it will grow nicely and equally, you know, that it won't be one-sided. And she does that. You can see that she actually does rotate it whenever she remembers. And the other one, and that was a propagation. Believe me, it was not this big when we started. It was very small. It was very small, and it has grown. It has given so many new growth, so much new growth, so much. And then the other one is this peace lily. If there's a plant she struggled a bit with, to be very honest, what was this peace lily. Simply because it will dry out so quickly because it was in a small little pot, a terracotta pot. And then, as you saw the last video we did, she asked me if she can we can get a new pot for it, and we did. And it's a glazed pot, and it doesn't have a drainage hole, and that way it won't dry out so quickly. But I had to show her really how to water it, that we don't deal with root rot at the end of the day. And so far she's doing well, to be very honest. So I'm hoping that it will start growing beautifully like the rest of them. It was also a propagation. And up here we've got a rose bush, if I'm not wrong. I hope I'm getting this name right. I had one for myself and one for Jonathan. Mine and Jonathan's one didn't make it. They struggled to acclimatize to my home. They didn't make it at all. They died in a very short space of time. I'm surprised hers is still alive. So we are hoping that it will actually grow and make it. This is what is left of it. It was fuller. This is what is left of it. And next to it, we've got this beautiful succulent. It was also a propagation. Trust me when I say when it started, it was just this small, like this, in the pot, 4 of them. But now look how big it has gotten. It's almost trailing. And here's another succulent, which I harvested from outside, and I put it in a pot for her. It's doing very well. And here's another succulent. These ones are propagated them. They're coming along so beautifully. There's another kind. There's another kind in there which is propagating. I just threw a leaf in there, and look how beautiful it's coming out. You know. And in here, she's got this beautiful terrarium with English ivy, and it's doing very well. Yeah, it's alive, no issues so far, you know. It was a tiny little ivy when I bought them. I bought about 3 of them, one for me and one for Jay and one for her. And it has grown a lot. Most of this is new growth, you know, most of this is new growth. And down here, this is what she bought for herself. She calls it Diana. She wanted something with white flowers, and she got this beautiful plant. I forgot the name. And this one is String of Dolphins. Is doing very well. And this one I harvested it from. It's one of those pups I harvested from outside, which were growing everywhere. And look how grown it is. I mean, it started off small, and look how big it is. And here's the watering can. She keeps her watering can in the room. That yeah, when she needs to water, she can just go ahead and do that. Yeah, so that's Offense's bedroom. Now we're gonna go to Jonathan's bedroom. Alrighty, we are now in Jonathan's bedroom. I'm gonna take you around and show you what he's got in here. And like I said, Jonathan is 6 years old, so I'm still doing the plants maintenance with him. He's not at the age where I can completely leave him alone, though he will love the idea of it. The way I can completely leave him alone to take care of his plants. I'm still walking through all that with him, watering, checking on them, removing dead leaves, and all that and all that and all that, until he gets to an age where I feel he can really now do it on his own. So I'm just going to take you around and show you what's in here. Excuse the lighting, you know. Same with Jonathan. I started him off with heart-shaped leaf. Look how beautiful it is. It's also a propagation. It's doing absolutely well. It's also trailing. And for them, like I said, it's such a joy. They get excited to see their plants grow. They really get excited to see their plants grow. And that's a heart-shaped leaf philodendron. And when you go to on his windowsill, I've got this beautiful, he painted this pot himself. There's a video where we were painting together and he painted this pot himself. This is again one of the succulents I harvested from our garden, and I planted it for him because they love them. They love these succulents. So I thought, why not, right? I love how this one is growing. I don't mind. I love it. He also loves it. He thinks it's cool. And this is the aloe vera he bought himself. Believe me, this was his choice. I didn't influence him in no way. He chose it himself. And he planted it in here. You saw the video last week. And here's another succulent. It was one of the pup that was growing on the side of the mom, and I harvested it for him. And he also have string of dolphins. I mean, it's trailing. Look at that. This is beautiful. And here's another. This is also propagation, as you can see, and they're growing very well. And look at this one. You know, it's gonna become this one. This is also still a propagation. So yeah, it's doing very well. And that's his watering can, what we use when we water his plants. And spider plant. One of his favorite plants is spider plants. He loves spider plants. So this was one of the pups from the spider plant I have, and I just planted it for him, and he's doing very well. I mean, it was this small when I gave it to him, and see how long it has grown. And here is one of the pups I harvested from outside, and it's doing well, absolutely well. Yeah, that's him when he was a baby. I think he was about, what, 6 or 7 months there. Yeah, so yeah. And the last one is this golden pothos. Yeah, it's doing very well. So yeah, those are the plants. Alrighty, so that's there you have it. You can actually have plants in your children's room, and while they're small, you can help them, look after them, and teach them about each and every plant you have for them. And when they grow up, they can do it by themselves. And even better, they'll surprise you, like they surprised me the other day, where they said, please mom, take us to a garden shop. They really did, and I took them to a garden shop, and they bought themselves a plant each. So yeah, that's it. That's all for today. It's been fun. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think. Do you have plants in your children's bedrooms, and what kind of plants do you have in your children's bedrooms? And do they enjoy them? Do your children love plants like mine do? Mine do like plants. And I think even if they didn't, I wouldn't give them much of a choice, to be honest. I would have them for me, and look after them myself. But yeah, no, I'm glad they love them, and I'm glad they enjoy looking after them. And yeah, go do something like that for your child. Buy them a plant and see what they think. It's been fun. Bye.